I was looking through some of my old Instagram messages, which was hilarious. I just got bored, and some people might say I was not rich, just bored. I was really bored, and I was just looking through some of my old messages that I had on Instagram, and I forgot that I had emailed this page. Let me bring it up here. I had emailed this page called Reality Records, because I just found, I don't know how I think they showed up in my feed. I don't remember why, but like they're like basically they were shouting out podcasts at the time, and I'm like, well, I got a new podcast, so maybe I'll get a shout out from them or ask them about it. And then when I talked to them about it, they're like, oh no, it's paid shout outs. And I'm like, okay. I'm like what do you mean paid? Like how much? And the one guy said like, well, like $1,000. And I'm like, $1,000 fucking. I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, you're just a fucking you're just an Instagram page. Like, what a world, right? What a world, what a business model. Think about it. Think about this. Like, I mean, they try to make it all professional, like we're Reality Records. It's like, no, you're a fucking Instagram page and you share people's podcasts with a link to their podcast, and then they pay you money. And like, I was just looking at their page because I forgot I had messaged them. I completely deleted this memory. And I'm looking at their page, and like, there's Christ, there's gotta be at least way over 1,000. There's so many on here. I can't believe how many podcasts are on here. But like they don't do anything for you. They just literally put your podcast out there. They just they post it on their Instagram, and then it's up to people to click on the links and check out your podcast. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, I mean, I get the whole idea of networking, guys. I do. It's pretty simple and self-explanatory. But just think about it from a business standpoint. That's your business. Your business is just to post people's, like, I could do it. I could literally share, if you have your podcast, hey guys, you start a podcast, bring it to me. I'll share it for free. I'll fucking share that shit on my Instagram. You know, it's so strange that people can make a business off that. And yes, I get it, the traction, because they have 1 million followers, so they have 1 million viewers, theoretically, right? So they have a lot of viewers, but it doesn't really make sense when you think about it, because they don't do anything themselves. All they do is share other people's content, but they make a fuckload of money from it. It just fucking blows my mind, guys. And no, Instagram, I'm still not signed up for Reels. Go fuck yourself. Welcome, everybody, back to Not Rich, Just Bored, episode number 93. This is going to be a tiny one, guys. I don't have much time. The air's running out in here. Just kidding. No. It's a total joke. But it is snowing outside like a son. Well, I wouldn't say like a son of a bitch. It's like, it's in that bastard range. It's getting close. It's up there. But, we're getting some of the white stuff. And if I've learned anything from the internet, everything that's white is bad. So, yeah, not really much has happened this week, honestly. And I am in a rush to get out the door. I got some plans. I got some. I don't even know. I can't find the words. Honestly, it's been a week. I tweaked my back. Something fierce. Something's going on. I don't know. I think the toe of Satan that I took a couple years ago is creeping up into my back again. That's the world's hottest lollipop, not an actual Satan. Just so you guys know. And I still have to edit that video. Holy fuck, rip. That when that video comes out on the channel, guys, that's gonna be really fucking hilarious, because we're like, oh, this took a year. Like, this was like, I'll have like I think I have like maybe I have my mustache. I don't even remember, but I'll probably look like a fucking completely different person. It'll be wild. But I swear I will edit it one of these days. I just need to sit down and do it. You get so busy in life, and you're working and jerking, and Sometimes it's hard to find the time, but I have to, and I have to dedicate more time to extra videos and stuff like that because it's just it honestly is fun. The hardest thing for me about making videos is starting it, like starting the editing process. I love filming it. Filming it, like if I'm doing a live action sequence, filming it's great. It's fun. It's easy. Theoretically, sometimes it's hard, but that's the easy part. But it's sitting down at your computer, staring at a screen for like 8 hours, editing it, making it, you know, something entertaining or something cool, something easily digestible. That's where like the podcast is really simple, straightforward. I just slap her on there and away you go. The stream archive that's on YouTube, again, it's just a raw stream. I just download it, then re-upload it. Pretty fucking simple. But yeah, when it comes to actual like videos where I want to put some work in and actually do something, it takes a little more. Takes a little bit more time. But yeah, it's other than that, it's been it's been an all right week. It's been pretty slow. Today I got a massage. I was like, my back, like I said, the toe of Satan was creeping into my back. I don't know what was going on, but I had some lower back pains, and then this lady, holy Christ, she just fucked me up. She, she just destroyed my back, and I hadn't gotten something that deep in a while, so I forgot like how much it hurts. But it doesn't really hurt me because I'm like a sadist, and it's fine for me. But like, there's times where on lower back, she slides her elbow all the way down, and then like turns it to the left. I don't know what she's doing exactly, but your fucking spine starts to tingle a little bit, and like that muscle's just on fire, and you're like, oh my god, is this supposed to? And then like when you're about to like go, okay, maybe this does hurt, she lets go, and you're like, oh, okay, we're good. So I can't imagine somebody who had no pain tolerance. Like if somebody had no pain tolerance, they'd probably be just destroying themselves there. Another nostalgic thing that's really hilarious is because I've been on a World of Warcraft kick. As you guys know, I've been playing WoW Classic because I love it. And Classic is just, it's just a fun version of the game. It's very simple. That's always the problem with those MMOs, is that when they get too big, they get too big. There's too much shit. Like the retail version of the game, you know, there's WoW, then you're rocking like 10 expansions. Like I actually haven't played retail in years. Years. Like I think maybe Mists of Pandaria was the last one. Oh no, I came back for Legion for a little bit. But I honestly only played Legion for like a month because I kept disconnecting. It was really frustrating. Like the servers were shit. But like, you know, it's just I don't know how the game goes now. I don't know. It's too big. Like, and I think they lowered the level cap back to level 60 again. But I'm like what happens? Do you go to Outlands anymore? Like, how do you do 1 to 60 through all the expansions? Because it used to be back in the day when the new expansion come out, you have to go through the expansions. So you do WoW Classic leveling 1 to 60, 60 to 68, you could do Outlands, and then 68 to 78, you could do Northrend for Wrath of Lich King, and then then you go to Cataclysm to 85, and whatever expansion after that, right? You keep going and going. But then now it's all condensed down to 60 levels, which I think is cool. It's more digestible at 60 levels, which is why I like WoW Classic. But what happened to all that content? And how is the content leveled? Like, technically, endgame stuff in Outlands was level 70. So is the Outland rating and stuff, is it now level 40? Like, I don't know. Again, I haven't played retail in a Coon's age, but I might have to log on just for shits and giggles, just to see what everything's like, what's happened with it and stuff, and what's going on. Because I know one thing. I know the economy's fucked on that game. That's the one thing I like about WoW Classic, is that the economy is normal and reset. And the biggest thing is the tokens aren't in play, because that's what I believe anyway. Well, obviously inflation killed it too, because the more expansions, the bigger gold got. And it used to be like in WoW Classic, if you had 1,000 gold, like you were doing pretty good, you know, and you got 10,000 gold, you were doing real good. But in like it got to the point where I think in the last expansion I played, like quests were giving you like 20 gold, something like that per quest, and like it was getting out of control. So there's the inflation of like always getting more money into the system, but then there's also these WoW tokens that they released, which is game time. So real life, when you, because it's a subscription based game, so you have to buy a subscription, but you could buy these tokens in game. People would buy tokens and then they could sell them in the game, and just basically you get free money because the tokens were worth a lot because it was real game time. So you're essentially paying $30 or whatever it was for those real life money, and then you sold them for in game gold, or you used it. But it was a way for people in game to grind gold to get game time. But it ended up being just a fucking nightmare for botters, and then the botters just started, botting gold and farming, and then they ended up taking all the WoW tokens, and it just got fucking ridiculous. But I don't know. I really was not a fan of the whole tokens thing. I really think they should have kept that out of the game, because it just ruined the economy. In my opinion, anyway. And that's one of the things that I liked the most the whole time I played WoW, from classic to whenever I quit. I liked the economy of it. Me and my brother would always like stand up and we'd just be scheming at night, when we were teenagers, right? And we're talking about, oh, tomorrow I think we'll go hunt in Nagrand, like in Outlands. There was an area called Nagrand, and it was where all the beasts were. People knew it was basically the Stranglethorn Vale of Outlands, and there's just beasts everywhere, and that's where you would go to skin, because there was lots of animals to skin. So I remember we'd always like plan like what they're worth in the auction house, and how much money we can make off them, and we always had these plans to just farm, and it was just super fun. And to this day I like the idea of farming and doing stuff like that. I think it's super fun, because the economy in WoW, it works like a real economy, right? It's supply and demand, and it's also inflationary, like how much gold is in the system. So like I've even noticed already, the starting equipment, like level 10 greens, we'll say, beginner enchanted, like not enchanted, but magic equipment, we'll say. It was selling to a vendor, it's like a silver or two, the low level stuff, but people were selling in the auction house for 5. But that's because nobody had money. But when it first started, but now that people are getting actually level 60s, and there's actually some gold in the economy, and people are actually making a fair bit of it now, those things that were worth 5 silver are now, I think they're worth about 25 silver now. So it gets to that point where you can kind of capitalize early, or you can wait to sell out another day, and you might make more money. But it's just interesting to see the economy grow in real time. That's like and again, that's why I don't like the fucking WoW tokens, man. They ruined that game. Like, well, they didn't ruin the game, but they ruined the economy, which is one of the biggest parts of that game I liked. I was again, I liked raiding. I like dungeons and raiding. That was really fun. Hardcore, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to wait till I get there. We'll see how much raiding and shit I can end up doing, but it's definitely dangerous on a hardcore server. But I like that stuff. But more than that, I liked farming stuff. I liked farming mounts, and I liked just fucking around. Honestly, it was just fun to play the economy and try to make as much money as you could, because there was always something to buy in that game, always something more. And nowadays it's basically just what can you buy with your real money. They have the fucking store where you just pay your real money, and that's it. It's boring. Even just the other day, I just my Prime Gaming thing came up because I have it linked to my Twitch, my Blizzard account. And it's like claim your new loot, and it's like this really badass flying mount in the retail version of the game. It's like I think it's a Bloodwing or something. I don't know. It's like a bat. It's for Halloween, but it's just like it's a sick mount. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong, but all I had to do was like click a button because I'm a Amazon Prime subscriber, and I just got this mount for free. It's like, yeah, it's kind of a cool looking mount, but I don't feel like I earned it. It's just, and that's always been the problem in those games. In all these games, Call of Duty, everything, everything is now pay to, it's either pay to win or it's pay to look cool. And I just think that's so stupid. Whereas the point of like those games was always to grind. You would grind to look badass. Like back in Halo, you know, you grinded to get that fucking Elo helmet. Or is that what it's called? Elo? Can't even remember. But it was a recon helmet. That was a cool one. But you know, you had to grind or get achievements to do that stuff. Now it's like pay $5. It's like, oh, no, it's fucking boring. So, and I know World of Warcraft. I don't know about I don't know about the modern retail version of the game. I'd have to check it out. But in the older versions of the game, you know, there were, even when they had paid mounts, there was still cool mounts in the game that you can get. But I prefer it to be all in the game. I think everything should be earnable, or you know, either earnable or just something that's a drop chance, you know? Like Invincible. I think Invincible from Arthas, that's Arthas's horse. That is the one mount I never got that I always wanted. Because I think it's a flying mount too. I think it doubles as a flying mount. Just let me take a look here. Invincible. Invincible. Wow, Invincible drop rate. Yeah, it is 1%. I was right. 1% from Lich King and ICC. That's Ice Crown Citadel. What the fuck? Boost Hive. Yeah, I think it's oh, I didn't even know this. But I guess mounts are all they're all account bound now. So if you have it on one guy, you have it on everybody. Actually, no. Last time I played, it was like that. Yeah, okay. That's one change I actually don't mind. I didn't mind that because, like, if you get a fucking, like, Invincible 1% drop rate and you gotta fight a whole, you know, you gotta fight a whole raid for it, yeah, that's pretty annoying. I mean, now you could probably just farm it with whatever. But at the time when it was the newest thing, like Wrath of Lich King, you had to fight everybody else for that fucking thing. So, you know, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Huh. That's cool. Yeah, I love that horse. That thing was sick. And yeah, it is flying because it's got wings because it's undead. That's badass. Fuck. Sorry, guys. I just zoned out there. I was just nostalgically thinking about how much I wanted that thing back in the day. But I digress. I might have to check out retail, see what's going on, but I'm still playing hardcore because I think that is, right now anyway, it's the funnest version of the game and I really enjoy it. But before I go, again, sorry guys, it's going to be a short one this week, but I just wanted to share this story this is a story that fucking pissed me off. Made me really fucking mad. It just shows me like the world we live in now and how like out of touch some people are, and it's really frustrating. There was this video comes from Matthew Pfeiffer. I don't know. That's his Instagram handle, Matthew Pfeiffer. But it was like it's this video, and it's like mom forces her son to take a thumbnail for her YouTube channel just after his dog died. So the kids, I don't know how this footage got out there, but it's just the raw footage of this lady that she obviously made a vlog. She has a vlog channel, I'm guessing, but she obviously made this video with her son talking about how their dog passed away. But this video that's going around right now is just, it's literally her like telling her son to be sad for the camera, and he's just telling her, he's like, but I'm actually sad. And she's like, I know, but like look into the camera though. And then put your head right here. And she's like showing him to put his hand, like his head on her shoulder, and then like his hand beside his face, and to look over at the camera, look really sad. It's like, oh, it's hard to watch, guys. Like, fucking, you don't need to, you don't need to exploit your children like that for views. Like, that's just really sad. That kid, I don't think he wants to be on camera. And the whole time she's like talking about it, she's like, sweetie, sweetie, look at the camera. Okay, and be really sad and crying. He's like, but I'm already crying. I'm already sad. And I'm like, God, that's so pathetic. Like, some people just, ugh. It's hard. It's honestly hard to watch. And just people, they don't understand that they want to fake their lives so much, and they want to make their lives seem so dramatic. And that's fine if you want to do that to yourself, but like, leave your fucking kids alone. Like, the idea that she's just exploiting her child to get views on the video to make it look sadder than it is. I mean, it's already sad, but she just wants to milk it, right? Make it look really, really sad for the thumbnail. It's like, it's just beyond pathetic, really. I have no words for it. So it's like that. There's a bunch of those families and shit that do social media with their kids, and I always wonder, I'm like, how much of that is forced? How much of that do you guys have to force the children to participate? It's just, I don't know, it's sad. Like, I've always said, I'm not gonna let my kids, they're not gonna be in any of my social media stuff or my, like any of that stuff unless they want to be. Like, I know, like, my daughter likes to play with my mic sometimes when she's at my house, and she likes to like talk and do it and stuff. So, maybe sometime I'll let her do an intro to the podcast or something like that. I think that'd be cute, but like, I'm not gonna make him sit on camera and be like, I don't know, grandpa just died, something like that. Like, we're gonna do a video. Not that I would do a video on grandpa dying, but just as an example. Grandpa just died. Kids, sit in front of the camera, look real sad. All right? Look sad for daddy. I just like put him in a headlock, like, you're gonna look sad, you little fucker. And you're gonna fucking enjoy it. We need those fucking YouTube views. Yeah, I don't know. People are fucking pathetic. Don't know what to say. Either way, I gotta go, guys. I'm running late already, and I have to still edit this, and which, again, like we discussed earlier, very minimal editing on the old podcast, but still has to be done, still has to get rendered and then saved and then uploaded. So I waited till Friday because I was like, I should have done the podcast yesterday on Thursday, but Jesus, I was just burnt out. I was too much driving, too much stress from work. I just needed to just sit down and chill. I just gamed out a little bit on Classic WoW, and then I just went to bed. I just needed to de-stress. So, that's how I feel about it when it comes to that stuff. If you're forced to do something, like, it's just gonna come out shitty. You got to do it when you're in a better mental state. And now today, I don't have much time, and to be honest, not much happened this week to talk about. But like, yesterday I would have been like a zombie, like, hey guys, welcome to the podcast. Yeah. Like some of those earlier episodes, like when I was real tired, and I was like, I still did it because I was strict on my schedule. I just like, fuck it, you're doing it. And I'm like, oh my God, that guy's a fucking zombie. Get him off the internet. Not worth it. But either way, guys, I just am rambling on at this point. So I'm going to end the podcast here. Thank you guys so much for listening. Remember, all links to social media are in the description below. And I will see you next week. Bye, guys.